Good morning, everybody. I don't know who's watching, and it doesn't really matter. I just have so much to say, and I'm just, well, where do I begin? So this video is actually, obviously, not obviously, but it's a question because I love to ask questions. There's been a common theme around childbirth for many years, or as long as I've been at my advocacy work, and that is fear about birth. What is fear? What is your fear about childbirth or about pregnancy? What is it, and is it real? And yes, fear can be very real. There could be a wild bobcat over here, and which we do have actually in this area. And yeah, I would likely be afraid, although I don't know, do bobcats go after people? I don't know. Point is, there is a tremendous amount of fear that permeates our entire culture, and it's no different for birth. And what does that mean, and how does that affect childbirth? And I believe a lot of things, but one thing I do believe is that this fear, whether real or imagined, doesn't start necessarily when you're pregnant. Okay, so think about just in your life, just what are you afraid of, and what aren't you going for, or what aren't you seeing, or where are you, and what do you really want? And in birth, it's really the same thing. It's a major transformational event in a woman and a family's life, and this fear that permeates the entire culture of birth and elsewhere is what's going to stop you in your tracks from going for what you want. You see, we already know how to give birth. Our bodies know what to do. Yes, it's great to learn, and of course I've got my board game down the canal that's all about cognitive learning and fun, of course. But the point is, what are those vehicles that are going to bring us to the place where young women are catching on that birth is normal, that your body knows what to do, and it probably starts early. I don't know, when does that begin, and how do we begin to shift this whole culture of fear? And I could be preaching to the choir right now. I hope that there's some younger women, younger than me, listening that are in that realm of getting ready to give birth, getting ready to think about that process, and that you want to know more about it, and you want to be able to trust your instincts and allow it to guide you. And perhaps you're just not there yet. You've watched too much on the media, and oh hey, Onita, my friend, who I saw at the drum circle last night. Yeah, a lot of times people will watch my videos later, but I know I could go on a rant just because it is my soapbox, but I talked to a beautiful young woman last night at the drum circle in Citrus County who's very interested in becoming a doula, and it was because of her beautiful birth experience. And those are the births that we want to share with these young women. I feel like asking over and over, I do this, where are all the pissed off women? And I know I was one when I was younger, and I mean now I've been able to channel that, and deal with that. But really, it's kind of like enough is enough, and no, stop. And women's health care is more about starting early with the knowledge and the power, rather than waiting until pregnancy and birth. So if you're listening, you're watching, I'm just kind of doing a rant, and I've done myself a few bugs out here. I'm out in the woods by my house. So beautiful out here in nature. So yeah, wherever you're at in your journey, if you see birth as a space and a place for you to bring your ideas, your wisdom, your knowledge, I say go for it. We're at a critical point where women are not trusting their bodies, and there are so many cesarean sections, and some of them rightfully so to save lives, thank God. But with all the research I've done and people I've met in the birth field that have been at it longer than myself, we know there's that innate wisdom and knowledge, and we do know what to do, and we get back to that knowing. I've challenged myself for 14 days to do a live video every day and share it, no matter what it looks like and what I look like. I have on my heavily meditated shirt. It's backwards, I know. But this is what I walked the dog in this morning. I don't care. I'm just out to spread a message. And it is, let's get these young women involved in wanting to know more about their bodies, their cycle, birth, how it all works. And I don't know how. I don't have the how. Yeah, I do get stuck on the how. But I do know that it's time. And it seems to be that starting in pregnancy is almost a little bit late. I mean, it's never too late, but my goal is to get this information out quicker and earlier. And of course I do that through my game and sharing on social media. And yeah, who doesn't wish they knew certain things before, right? It's always that way. I wish I knew then what I know now. But the thing is, whatever you learn about birth or whatever it is in life, you can share that with other people. And that's the beauty of the social media, is that we can share our messages and reach people that we never would have reached. And I have a message, and I'm still clarifying exactly what that is, but I do know that I'm tired of sitting on the sidelines and not really speaking my mind. And I don't care what it looks like, honestly. It just doesn't. The message has to get out that young women need to rise up, take back birth, take back their bodies. Women's health care is a major issue, and it doesn't start with maternity care. That's just where we just really see it. If we're a birth worker, or if we've been around birth, that's where we see a lot of things unfold that probably started well before we even met this person. If you're a doula and you're working with somebody, or a childbirth educator. That's my spew for the day. These glasses are so dark. I'm just avoiding the sun, but I know I'd rather. Anyhow, all right, enough, right? I could spew. I have so much to say. I have this creative brain that just goes off, and I just want to share every idea I have. And I'm up to a big mission, and so I get to focus today, and this is my challenge to myself, to create a live video every day, just whatever it is that's going through my brain, and just go for it and show it and share it. And maybe it resonates with you, maybe it doesn't. It doesn't matter. But if it does, reach out to me. I'm available, Betsy@birthintheknow.com. You can check out my website. You can check out my game, Down the Canal, the Game of Birth, which is the vehicle that I've got, that I'm utilizing to share this knowledge. And my goal would be to share that earlier rather than later. Well, it's all about education. Thanks for watching. I know that you all have other things to do and you could be anywhere, so I appreciate it if you're watching now or if you watch later, sharing what's on my mind. And I gave myself a 14-day challenge to do a video every day. Why don't you challenge yourself to something? Yeah, I challenge you to step out of your comfort zone and do something that you think you can't do, or that won't bring you what you need. Just go for it. If it comes to you, just do it. You got nothing to lose. Like, really, who really cares, right? Well, people do care, and you probably have a message too. So get it out there. I want to hear it. And yeah, I guess that's it, and that's all. Thanks, Onita. I got a cheerleader here. Yeah. Listen, I just do what I do because I just follow what I'm led to do. So have a beautiful day, everyone, and if you're watching, I thank you, and enjoy. Go out in nature, clear your head, do what you got to do. And if you are a young woman of a childbearing year, reach out to me at Betsy@birthintheknow. I want to hear from you. I want to know what your fears are. What is this fear, and how is it stopping you, and how can we work with that fear and be in a different space. So that's all for today. Oh, hey, Patty. Another old friend. Wow. That's so cool. I'm glad you're watching me. Who knows? Patty Payne. I've known Patty, gosh, how long? What? Elementary school. See the beauty of Facebook? Connecting with people that you never thought. Listen, I'm tired of preaching to the choir. I'm just going to preach it, and I don't really care. So anyway, I do care. I care about a lot of things. All right. Yeah, I keep saying enough of a rant because I know that what do they say? It's 90 seconds to like capture anybody's attention on video, and I've probably been talking way too long. So I get to on with my day, and you have a beautiful day, and thank you. All right, I thought I hit finish. And Bennett Hemingway. Oh, okay, so I'm just about to finish, and a couple people more that hopped on. So, hi, Magdalene, I know you. I know your name. And Patty, of course, my elementary school friend. I'm just here to say that whatever your message is, and if you have got this thing about birth has to look different, it can't keep going the way it's going. There's so many great people doing great stuff. I'm here to say that we need to start teaching younger women about their bodies, about their cycles. Shout out to Barbara Hannah-Laurie, who's one of my colleagues, who's doing some great work with that. And then moving forward into how birth is normal and it's not to be feared. Bringing the fear in just changes it up. It stops you from birthing. And there's been a lot of people talking about this for a long time. And I want to hear from these young women, so I just want to know what's going on and what that fear is about. So, hey, Tony. Hey, Abba Zaba. Well, thanks for hopping on. I've been talking way too long, and I keep saying I'm going to turn it off, and I don't. Here, I'm going to show you something besides me, I guess, if anybody watches to the end of this video. All right. Switch around. Oh, is it down here? Hold on. Let me see. Technically challenged. Okay, so there's the back of my camper. I'm not sure if this is the one we'll be on the road with eventually, but so there's my game. And then, of course, my husband's Facebook group, 2 Minutes for Peace. Check it out. It's not his, but he's an admin on there. I got to give him a plug. He's all about reaching that spiritual awareness and connection, which I am also, and we both do it in different ways. But anyway, that's the back of the camper for now. The Bumblebee. Yay. I have no idea what we'll be traveling in, but we will be. So anyway, peace and love, right, Tony, to everybody. And yeah, find your power and do it before you get pregnant, because you are powerful. Yeah. Okay. Bye.